Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Sunteck Realty's earnings conference call for the Q4 and full year FY21. We have with us today Mr. Kamal Khetan, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Mr. Manoj Agarwal, the Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Prashant Chaubey, SVP Corporate Finance. Please note, this call will be for 60 minutes, and for the duration of this conference call, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode. This conference is being recorded, and the transcript for the same may be put up on the website of the company. After the management discussion, there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your touchtone phone. Before I hand the conference over to the management, I would like to remind you that certain statements made during the course of this call may not be based on historical information or facts and may be forward-looking statements, including those related to general business statements, plans, and strategy of the company, its future financial condition, and growth prospects. These forward-looking statements are based on the expectations and projections and may involve a number of risks, uncertainties, and other factors that could cause actual results, opportunities, and growth potential to differ materially from those suggested by such statement. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Khetan, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining Sunteck Financial Year 2021 full year's earnings call. The last year has been one of the tremendous growth and learning for me as an individual and for Sunteck as a business. The past year has given me some time to reflect on Sunteck's impressive growth journey over the last 20 years and the path we are on for the future. We had a great run so far, but our best days lies ahead. I'm excited to use this opportunity to introduce the next leg of our Sunteck journey, what I call Sunteck 3.0 or the new Sunteck. I will refer to a few slides to our earning presentation, which I encourage you all to review in detail. We also published an intrinsic value presentation a few months ago, which is on our website and goes through our various projects as detailed case studies that gives you a good understanding of our business. Our journey at Sunteck began in the year 2000. At the time, we operated a few business centers in Mumbai that we leased wholesale and subleased retail. We owned no real estate and had under rupees 10 crores in cash. Then in 2007, we made a research-based decision that a central business district like BKC would be desirable place not only to work but also to live as a uber luxury lifestyle. The decision and the vision paid off, and we have since helped hundreds of happy families find their own dream home in BKC and ODC in Goregaon West. Along the journey, we created enormous shareholder value. We now embark on the new Sunteck. We realize that there are more efficient ways to do business rather than tying up capital in big land holdings or in finished apartments. Currently, we have close to 1,800 crores of finished inventory. I am focused on reducing this by 80% plus in the next few years. We are also focused now on not adding much new finished inventory. The objective as we do our launches is to stack it high and let it fly. Our progress at Sunteck World in Naigaon is the exhibit of this new focus. You can see slide 32 of our earning presentation. We have launched 4,840 apartments, of which we have already sold with high velocity 4,136 apartments. The overhead to run Sunteck engine is about 100 crores a year or less than that. This is the amount we would spend even if we did not do any construction for a year. As you can see on slide 33, the 4 new near-term projects have an operating margin of approximately 6,200 crores. If this were delivered in the next 6 to 7 years, we would add pre-tax income of around 6,200 crores. This is roughly rupees 1,000 crore per year pre-tax or rupees 700 crores per year post-tax. This rupees 700 crore has plenty of lumpiness. We may have rupees 1,000 crore in 1 year and rupees 500 crore maybe in another year. It also could be higher as we add more projects. The key is to expand and strengthen our senior team and execution capabilities so that we could be doing 6 or 7 or more projects, big size projects simultaneously. Historically, our project level margins have been closer to 25%, which was good. Future margins are trending higher towards an average of 35% per project. You can see this in the economics of our Vasai and Vasind project on slide 33. There are several reasons for our margin expansion. First, our size and the breadth of our experience that has allowed us to realize more and more economies of scale and savings. In addition, COVID brought in a period of tighter expense control, and a good portion of those cost control measures should stay in place even after COVID is long gone. Finally, our price realizations are trending higher because of the strength of our brand and offerings. We have a big opportunity in 2021. Typically, we have to pay Maharashtra a lot of fees and premiums for each development, which includes fees to maximize the space we can build, that is FSI. These fees can be significant and amount to 30% of the price we realize. The state cut these fees by half or for all of the calendar year 2021. This represents a huge saving for Sunteck, and for Sunteck will take full advantage of this in 2021 and even pass on this some benefits to its customer. We plan to prepay approximately rupees 250 crores of these fees and premiums in 2021. Thus, 50% saving means that we will be also 50% saving. That means that we will be also saving rupees 250 crores, which is wonderful. This should further improve our project level IRRs and leave us with more capital for growth. The benefit for this will come over the next 2 to 3 years. With demonetization, GST, RERA, NBFC crisis, and now COVID, there has been a major consolidation. As you know, we have done maximum acquisition in MMR during this pandemic. And now we are seeing many more interesting deals being presented to us with minimal Sunteck capital required. Of course, we are very selective, and I think significant shareholder value will be created if we are prudent on the deals and keep our error rate low. Our HR team is also working on employees' welfare and expansion plans to support the growth trajectory of Sunteck. I'm excited about the road ahead for the new Sunteck and for sharing this journey with all of our stakeholders. Thank you. I will now hand over the call to our CFO, Mr. Manoj Agarwal, for his comment. Thereafter, I would be happy to answer your questions, if any. Over to you, Manoj.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone, and thank you once again for joining us today. Hope all of you are safe and well. The financial and operation numbers has been already uploaded on the exchanges. I hope you all must have gone through the same. I would now like to run you through the key financial and business performance numbers. Pre-sales in Q4 FY21 stood at rupees 371 crore against rupees 349 crore in Q3 FY21. That is an increase of 6% on Q2 basis. I would like to highlight that we have achieved rupees 1,022 crores of pre-sales for full year FY21 as against rupees 1,221 crore for last financial year same period, despite the effects of the ongoing pandemic. On collection front, we achieved our highest ever collection in this quarter is a function of healthy pre-sales of recent past as well as increase in home loan disbursements. We recorded collections of rupees 321 crore in Q4 FY21 as against rupees 175 crore in same quarter last year, and rupees 252 crore in Q3 FY21. That is an increase of 83% on year-on-year basis and 27% on quarter-on-quarter basis. In terms of financial highlights, we reported a consolidated revenue of rupees 191 crore in Q4 FY21 as against rupees 87 crore in same quarter last year and 217 crore in Q3 FY21. Revenue for full year FY21 stood at rupees 640 crore as against rupees 560 crore in full year FY20, which is a 10% increase in spite of impact of COVID in the Q1 during FY21. The consolidated EBITDA for Q4 FY21 is rupees 39 crore as against rupees 4 crore in Q4 FY20 and rupees 49 crore in Q3 FY21. EBITDA for full year FY21 was rupees 137 crore as against rupees 168 crore for full year of previous financial year. With respect to PAT, we recorded rupees 10 crore in Q4 of this financial year as against rupees 23 crore in Q3 of FY21 and rupees 42 crore in full year FY21 as compared to rupees 75 crore in full year FY20. As always, we continue to focus on our cash flow management and financial discipline, a must in this environment, and that continues to reflect in our low net debt equity ratio, that is excluding quasi-equity, which has been reduced to 0.18 due to our strong operating cash flow, which was positive by rupees 286 crore during the FY21, and that helped us to reduce the debt of rupees 233 crore. We can now open the forum for questions from the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. We would request the participants to please limit your questions to 2 per participant. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Adhidev Chattopadhyay from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Firstly, sir, congratulations on a very good performance in a very tough year, obviously because of COVID-related disruption. Sir, now going ahead, first question is, as you said, you want to monetize a lot of your existing inventory, largely in BKC. And so going forward from 22, how are you looking at your annual sales figure? Consider you've done just over 1,000 crores this year. I mean, how much would be from the unsold inventory and how much would come from the new launches? What is the broad target you're working with? If you could give us any guidance.
So, good afternoon, Adhidev. Good evening. Your first question, monetizing from the inventory of BKC. So we have been always maintaining that those are very high-end luxury apartments, and it is definitely not a fast-moving product, so that will take some time. But our sales growth, whatever we are doing sales right now, and you can see the sales from the other segment, mid-income segment and the affordable segment, that is very robust. You can see in our presentation, which has been uploaded also. So, and also not only the sales momentum is good, also the collection, if you can see from across all the segments. So sales momentum in the mid-income and affordable will continue to be very, very robust. And looking at the current sales position of the April, May, June, which we see it is much better than the even, in fact, the corresponding quarter of the last year, this corresponding first quarter. And June, especially the momentum, we are seeing all the momentum picking up. So that gives a clear indication, since the lockdown is slowly starting opening up, we are seeing that the Q2 will be much more robust. And that's what I can tell you about the sales momentum.
Okay. Sir, any longer term targets? Means where you want to scale up the sales, annual sales or something you are working with?
If you see right now, we have 2 or 3 engines from where we are doing maximum sales. You can say 2, 3 projects from ODC, Avenue 1, Avenue 2 and 4th Avenue, and Naigaon Phase 1 and Phase 2, which is Westworld and Maxwell. Going forward, obviously there will be lot more new launches. Whatever we have taken, Vasai, Vasind and the Borivali one. Also, you will see new phases getting launched from ODC and also a new phase from Naigaon. So there are a lot of new launches which we are expecting. I would not like to give any numbers, but definitely I can see the growth will be very exponential in next 2 to 3 years. Very, very high exponential.
Okay. And so just my second question, I'll come back to you later for more questions. So there was this media article yesterday about this deal you have done with DMart in Avenue 2 in Goregaon. So could you confirm anything on this deal and what are the exact contours and timeline for it, if you would like to comment?
So the deal, obviously, I think it was there almost because it's in the public domain, it has been registered. So it's a deal. We have sold almost 40,000 square feet of the showroom area to them, in 3 levels, and that for at 25,000 rupees a square feet. And the deal, we are looking to give them a possession in next 12 months.
Thank you. We would request the current participant to please come back in the question queue for any follow-up questions, as we have several participants waiting for their turn. The next question is from the line of Puneet from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations on good performance. My question relates to your future capital allocation. How do you think you intend to allocate your capital? Is it more towards purchase of land, more towards joint development, or are you looking at redevelopment of societies also as a potential?
So, good evening, Puneet. Good question. So, if you see, obviously our collections are very robust and it's going to only get more robust from here as we deliver more and more projects because the receivables are very high. Also, our pre-sales are exponentially increasing, as I said in the last question. So, if you see, our debt equity ratio has come down drastically from the negligible debt equity ratio, I would say 0.24, it has come down to 0.18. And this, we are looking almost, we may end up with a very negligible debt or maybe, God willing, cash positive. We are definitely looking at all kinds of acquisitions in this distress period, and a lot of opportunities are in the market. We will evaluate. We are not averse to not buying the land parcels, but it should be at a good price and it should add good value to our shareholder and good value to the company. Otherwise, there are so many options of joint development, JV. Also, definitely if there is no complications and if there is a society redevelopment, but it has to be a very sizable development. It cannot be a small society or a standalone development kind of it. If there are large size projects, we will look at it definitely. And if it makes economic sense, we will definitely look at it.
So from sizing perspective, what kind of capital are you looking to deploy? Is it more like small tickets or is it large single parcel with large ticket size?
So if you see in the last 4 acquisitions, Puneet, we have done Naigaon and then Vasai and then Vasind and the SK. They are all very large size. They have a top line of more than 1,000-2,000 crores, and we are looking at bottom line in all of these projects more than 500-600 crores. So we are looking at a very large size project and without putting much capital. If we are getting this such kind of parcel, why should we putting a capital? First, we like to explore these opportunities, and only then if we feel there is a lot of distress available and where we can make a good multiple IRR and that kind of projects, we'll definitely look at those as well.
And have you seen distress go up post-COVID or is it still the same? Because there was some improvement in the entire environment in the post the first COVID wave before the second one.
Yeah, so there is an improvement in the environment, but only what we are seeing, the sales are maximum swinging towards the only organized developer. We are all seeing that the market share of the organized developers are increasing more and more, Puneet, and this will only help to grow more of the organized player and who are corporatized or they're listed ones. I don't see the growth happening very soon with the others. So, and most of the developers are today struggling for the survival. I think the 10% of the developer which are growing, and they will continue to grow, and that's why there will be a lot of consolidation.
Okay. Understood. That's very useful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Amit Khetan from Laburnum Capital. Please go ahead.
So thank you for the opportunity. You mentioned in your slides you have some 1,700 crores of inventory at the BKC complexes, and you plan to sell them off over the next 3 to 4 years. Now, if I look at your previous sales run rate, you did about 100 crores in the last couple of years, and before that you were doing 300 crores. So where is this coming from? Are you planning to cut prices, or are you seeing a lot of interest?
I don't think there is a necessity to cut any prices. Definitely the velocity has to increase. So there is only drop of sale in the last year. Otherwise, we have been doing close to 200 to 300 crores of sale year on year from last 7 to 8 years, maybe more than that, 8 to 9 years. Now, last year, definitely there was sales was only to the tune of almost 100 crores. But looking at the current situation and the current inquiries, we are quite optimistic and positive that we will have a good run rate even in BKC projects also, the sales in BKC projects also. So, and what we are considering that to exhaust this inventory not less than 3 to 4 years. We are very clear we are talking about, because this is not stopping the growth of the company anyhow. I don't see that growth is getting, because giving a discount will be only spoiling the brand image, and company is not at a distressed position that you need to cut down the prices and sell it desperately. We will definitely see weigh the values of options, and we would definitely like to exhaust ideally the inventory even in less than 3 years. But looking at the product and the kind of demand, we definitely see that it will take at least more than 3 to 4 years.
Understood. And currently, are we getting any kind of leasing income from these units, and how much would that be?
So that is because it's the leasing income. We all know it is it is only 2% or 3% of the capital value. So it doesn't make sense. So maybe 2 or 3 apartments, but we don't want to lease it more. That is only we have leased out those apartments because there are a lot of inquiries, and we have sold those kind of apartments. People who want to do just the investment because they see a lot of opportunity, because BKC once there are a lot of things which are happening, actions are happening in BKC, lot of connectivity which are coming to BKC, as well as you see there is a convention center which will be operational. Unfortunately, all these things got delayed due to the COVID, I believe, but this will be post, hopefully we don't have a third wave, and thereafter you will see a lot of traction we see in BKC, and that will not, so we get a lot of inquiries where people just want to invest, and if there is a leased apartment to consulates and multinationals, and which we have in our portfolio, they like to buy those apartments. Only from that angle we have leased out few apartments, but not, the idea is not to keep them leased. The idea is to exhaust them, sell them and exhaust them.
Thank you. We would request the current participant to please come back in the question queue for any follow-up questions. The next question is from the line of Pritesh Sheth from Edelweiss Wealth. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Am I audible?
Yeah, Pritesh, you are very much audible.
Okay. So, firstly, on your launch pipeline that you indicated in your presentation, what could be the size that we are looking to launch? Because I'm sure we are not going to launch full projects. Obviously, there will be phase-wise launches. So, what is the size that we are expecting to launch for both Vasai, Vasai and Borivali?
Pritesh, you are not. I think you are taking it from a mobile phone or something. The connectivity is very bad. Not able to hear your question properly. Can you?
Oh, yeah. Am I audible now clearly?
Let's try. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So I was asking about your launch pipeline for this year that you have indicated in the presentation. So what is the exact size of the launches that we are targeting this year on your new acquisition, that is Vasai, Vasind and Borivali?
So the sizes of launches, I think, in the first launch of Vasai, if you look at the total size, which is we are looking at we are looking at the sizes of like close to 500 to 600 crores of the launch in the Vasai. And if you look at first phase of Vasind, it will be again similar 300 to 400 crores. And again, Borivali SK Resorts, we can look at a similar 500 to 600 crores from Vasai in the first phase. So these are all approximately size would be 500 crore each launches.
Got it. That's helpful. And your next phase of Naigaon is not reflected there. So is it stuck for any approvals, or you are altogether planning for launching it post FY23?
Oh no, it is there. If you see on page 32, if you go to the residential side, additional operating margin expected, it says Sunteck World Naigaon. Future phases, it shows 12,750 crore and the total 16,750 crore project operating margin.
Pritesh, hi. Pritesh, this is Prashant.
Yeah, hi Prashant, hi.
Yeah, Pritesh, so the numbers are reflected on slide 32. And in slide 32, if you see, Sunteck World Naigaon has been given, and that Sunteck World Naigaon includes Westworld, Maxworld, and the future phases. So
Okay.
So there, if you see the additional project operating margin, it is close to 1,275 crores, and the total is 1,675 crores.
Okay. So you will be launching next phase in FY22. That's what I wanted to understand.
Yes, we will be launching.
Thank you. We request the current participant to please come back in the question queue for any follow-up questions. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question, may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Aditya Mehta from GK Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, wanted to know about what are the plans regarding rental and commercial portfolio, which we were targeting around 500 crores of annual revenue.
So Aditya, we all know that I would say we got lucky, I would put it that way. We were supposed to just start our project Fifth Avenue in ODC commercial portfolio before the COVID-19 got hit. It was fortunate that our approvals got delayed and we could not launch. I think we all know the situation of the commercial post-COVID. The demands have continuously going down for the commercial, and we don't know, there is a lot of uncertainty for commercial and retail. At least I believe that commercial will not get revived till end of 2023. So we will look at the market. If the commercial market revives, we have the land, we have everything, why should we not start it? So we will be looking to start as soon as we see the market getting better, and we will definitely launch that as well.
Okay, and sir, my second question is regarding that which are the projects that will be delivering in this financial year, and what is the amount of revenue that is yet to be recognized from them?
So, I will, Prashant.
So, hi Aditya, this is Prashant. In the current financial year, you will have projects like Sunteck City Avenue 2, which will be ready for delivery. You will also have Signia Waterfront, which is our project in Airoli, which will be ready for delivery. So as and when these projects come through, the pending revenues which are to be recognized, those will be recognized. In order to get the detail of the revenue, I can provide to you that offline, sir.
Okay, and Naigaon also we will be delivering this financial year.
And also Sunteck World Naigaon, Westworld, Sunteck Westworld. The first phase of Naigaon will also be delivering in FY22.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Adhidev Chattopadhyay from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so thank you for the opportunity once again. So just referring to slide 38 of the presentation, when you have talked about the 250 crores FSI premiums will be paying up. So could you just help us understand for which projects will these be, and is the saving 250 crores in this instead of 500 crores?
So if this premium reduction would have not come, obviously we would have paid 500 crores, let's say approximately. And this reduction is 50%. So obviously if we prepay this, we have calculated approximately we'll have to pay 250 crores. It may be plus or minus 10%. These are the projects which are, because there are maximum projects which are are under execution. You can see 4th Avenue. There we'll be having a lot of savings. We will have some savings in 2nd Avenue as well in Sunteck City. Then we'll have a savings in Andheri East project, which is the Sunteck Crest. Then we'll have 2 commercial projects in the junction of PKC. There we'll have savings. So we'll have savings from a couple of these projects, and this will all tune up to approximately saving of close to 250 crores.
Okay. Then just another follow-up question on approvals for Vasai, Vasind, Borivali. So are these fairly certain to be launched in second half this year, or is it contingent on certain key approvals like environmental clearance or I don't know, some other clearances?
So looking at the way we are getting the approvals, I think we are quite confident at least 2 out of the 3 projects we should be able to launch in the FY22.
Okay. Okay, sir, that was very helpful and all the best.
Thank you so much, Aditya.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Parvez Akhtar Qazi from Edelweiss Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for taking the question. Couple of questions from my side. First, if you could update us about the status of the 2 commercial projects in BKC. And second, also, I mean, in terms of value, what is the inventory that is left with us in ODC and Naigaon?
So, Parvez, hi, this is Prashant this side. So both the BKC Junction commercial projects are construction work is moving in full swing, and hopefully in the next 12 months to 18 months we will be able to complete both these projects and also derive the sales out of it. So that is the status on Sunteck BKC 51 and Sunteck Icon. As far as the launch projects that we have done in ODC and Naigaon, as sir has already pointed out, in Naigaon, out of 4,800 units, we have already sold 4,100 units. So 85% of the units have already been sold, and now the collection is on as the construction is moving forward. In fact, Sunteck Westworld, as we receive OC, there will be a significant collections which will be coming into the company from the sales already done. Secondly, for ODC, Sunteck City Avenue 1, Avenue 2 and 4th Avenue project have been launched, where the total number of units is close to 1675 units, and out of that 1000 plus units have been sold. So balance 500-600 units can give me close to another 1,000 crores in the coming years as and when the sales is done. So that is the update that I can provide you right now. And construction, again, I want to highlight construction in all the 3 projects, that is the 2 projects basically, 2nd Avenue and 4th Avenue is moving in full swing.
So when do we expect to complete ODC 2?
Sorry, which project you're talking?
Avenue 2.
Avenue 2 we are looking to deliver in next 3 to 4 months.
Sure. And lastly, when can we expect any further launch in ODC?
So we will definitely looking at some launch because we want to do a big sale once again in this year. We can see that happening very soon, anytime.
Thank you. We would request the current participant to please come back in the question queue for any follow-up questions. The next question is from the line of Sameer Baisiwala from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. So is it possible for you to talk a bit about the new project acquisition? I think it's a great job done with Vasai, Vasind, etc. But what's the visibility going forward? Are you in discussions with quite a few, either city center or more suburban? Just some color would be very useful.
So, hi, good evening, Samir. So, means obviously Vasai, Vasind and Borivali, it's Borivali SK Resorts. I think it is one of the very prime location, and it gives almost like a 25,000 rupees a square feet price in that micro market. So I think this is something which you will get in anywhere in West, not get very easily in western suburbs. I think going forward, we are in talks with at least 3 to 4. We are actively negotiating the deals, and these are all across, I can say, MMR region. This is not like only suburbs or a distant suburbs. These are all obviously in MMR region, and these are some towards the city, some in western suburbs, and some in eastern suburbs.
Okay, great. And just on your unsold inventory in BKC, so now that COVID is behind us and stock markets are doing well, which just means the wealth effect is good. So are you seeing a pickup in inquiries, in visits? Do you have some sort of order book or equivalent to say that now you can have a quicker turnover over there?
Yeah, we are pretty confident, Samir. We know that we are all concerned about this such a big inventory. We are all looking forward and putting our best foot forward to see that this can be exhausted in ASAP. This can be exhausted.
Okay, great. And just for the 2 BKC Junction commercial projects,
yes.
Is it too premature to start the conversations on the sale? I think it's on the sale model. So is it strata based, or is it 1 or 2 large people who will sell it down to? And is it premature for that discussion, and you will be looking to do it later, or any visibility on the demand over there?
So definitely we are just waiting for this COVID to stabilize, or just another 3 to 6 months, because at least the project is ahead for at least 12 to 18 months to complete the projects, both the projects at BKC Junction. So we are looking 3 months, 4 months from now, where we can look. We have all the options open. We are not rigid on that we want to sell it, or we just don't want to lease it, or we can lease it, we don't want to sell it. We are open to all the options. Whichever gives the best value to the company, we will be opting that.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 now. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Sheth from Edelweiss Wealth. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the follow-up opportunity. So, just again on your launch pipeline. So when you plan your next phase of ODC and Naigaon projects, and considering how the raw material prices have increased, so are you planning to take any price hike across both these projects?
So, Pritesh, basically the prices have only firmed up in last 3 to 6 months. We all know that prices have only firmed up. So, and fortunately in Bombay, we are only operating in MMR region, where our average selling price is not less than 16,000 rupees a square feet. So the raw material prices, which is steel and cement, which is negligible in terms of the entire real estate value. So it is not that if you are selling a 5,000, 6,000 rupees product, and where your construction cost is itself 2,000 rupees a square feet. So that gives a real pain. But in fact, I have made clear in my opening remarks that in fact our EBITDA margin, what we are looking at last few years, to 25%. Going forward, we will be looking at 35%. Our EBITDA margin at 35%. So we are not worried about the small rise in the price. And also the measures which have been taken, I think, during the COVID to cut down the cost and strongly manage the cost controls, I think that will pay a lot in offsetting the rise in steel and cement price.
Okay, fair. And just one clarification. So in your current presentation slide, just hold on, slide 31, where you mentioned that your finished inventory for Signature Island, Isles and Pearl BKC. Sorry, I got that. I think that's it from my side. Sorry.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All the best. Yeah.
Thank you. That was the last question. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Khetan, Chairman and Managing Director, for closing comments.
Thank you all for taking out the time from your busy schedules today. In case if any of your queries have been left unanswered, you can get in touch with me or my team. We look forward to your continued support. Thank you once again for joining us today, and please be safe. Thank you once again.
Thank you. On behalf of Sunteck Realty, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.